What if I told you there's a place where death doesn't exist? Where tears are physically impossible? Where darkness has been permanently erased from existence? Ancient texts describe this location in vivid detail. Eyewitness accounts, prophetic visions, divine revelations spanning thousands of years, all pointing to the same destination. Tonight, we're examining 10 documented facts about the most mysterious place ever described in human history. And what you're about to discover might change everything you thought you knew about eternity. Revelation 21 verse 4 records something extraordinary. Death itself will cease to exist. Not just human death. All death. Complete obliteration of mortality. The passage states there will be no more death in absolute terms. Think about that for a moment. Every cemetery, every hospital, every funeral, every goodbye, gone. Not managed, not reduced, eliminated entirely. The ancient text doesn't say death will be rare or uncommon. It says death will not exist in any form whatsoever. But here's what makes this even more staggering. That same verse continues with a list. No mourning, no crying, no pain. The original Greek word used is ponos, meaning toil, anguish, the kind of suffering that exhausts the soul. Medical conditions that cause chronic agony? Vanished. Emotional trauma that keeps people awake at night? Erased. The grief that follows loss? Impossible, because loss itself cannot occur. Every pharmaceutical company would be obsolete. Every therapist's office, empty. Every form of human suffering cataloged throughout history simply cannot exist in this realm. And the explanation for this absence reveals something even more profound. Revelation 21 verse 23 describes something that defies physics. This place needs no sun, no moon, no artificial light sources. The glory of God Himself provides illumination, not metaphorical light, actual visible radiance. The Greek word photizo indicates literal luminescence. Imagine a realm where light emanates from the very presence of its creator, where photons aren't required because divine glory serves as the light source. Scientists tell us light requires a source, a star, a flame, electricity. But this location operates under entirely different laws. Yet there's something even more intimate recorded about this place. Revelation 21 verse 4 uses a specific phrase. God will wipe away every tear. Not tears will stop. Not you won't cry anymore. The text says God Himself will personally wipe each tear. The verb indicates direct, intentional action. And efface, personal contact. The creator of the universe performing the most tender gesture imaginable. Every tear of grief, every tear of regret, every tear of pain, individually acknowledged, individually removed, by God's own hand. Think about the intimacy of that image. Hebrews 4 verses 9 to 10 promises a Sabbath rest for the people of God. Not temporary relief, not vacation. Permanent rest from labor, from struggle, from exhaustion. The word sabbatismos appears nowhere else in the New Testament. It describes a unique type of rest, continuous, unending cessation from toil. Everyone who has ever felt burned out, overworked, or depleted beyond measure will find complete restoration. Not sleep, not inactivity, but the end of weariness itself. Imagine never feeling drained again, never needing recovery time, energy that never depletes. But the absence of darkness takes on an even stranger dimension. Revelation 22 verse 5 states something impossible by earthly standards. There will be no more night. Complete absence of darkness. No sunset. No shadows. No dimming of light. Ever. On Earth, we measure time by the rotation causing day and night cycles. But this place operates outside those constraints. Perpetual illumination without the sun. No need for rest periods dictated by darkness. No fear of what hides in shadows because shadows cannot exist. Time itself must function differently in a location where the day-night cycle has been permanently removed. And within this eternal light, something extraordinary takes place. Revelation 7 verses 9 to 10 describes a scene, a multitude no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne, crying out in worship, day and night, according to Revelation 4 verse 8. But wait, didn't we just establish there is no night? The phrase indicates continuity, unceasing worship, never tiring, never running out of things to say, never feeling it's become routine. On earth, our attention spans are measured in minutes. Fatigue sets in. We need breaks. But this worship continues without end, without boredom, without exhaustion. The human limitation of finite enthusiasm somehow transcended. 2 Peter 3 verse 13 reveals something about heaven's population. Righteousness dwells there. The Greek word katoikio means permanent residence, not visiting, living. Righteousness isn't just present, it's the only resident. Sin cannot enter. Evil cannot infiltrate. Corruption cannot take root. Imagine a society with zero crime, zero betrayal, zero manipulation, zero hidden agendas. Not because of laws or enforcement, but because wrong simply cannot exist there. The very nature of the place repels it, like trying to bring darkness into a room of perfect light. 1 Corinthians 13 verses 12 to 13 describes a transformation. Then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. Human love is limited by our inability to truly know another person. Miscommunication, misunderstanding, hidden thoughts, hidden motives. But in this place, knowledge becomes complete. Barriers between souls dissolve. Love operates at full capacity because understanding is total. The verse concludes that faith, hope, and love remain, but the greatest is love. In a place where faith becomes sight and hope becomes reality, love continues. Perfected, eternal, without the limitations that constrain it on earth. John 14 verses 2 to 3 records Jesus making a specific promise. I go to prepare a place for you. Not build, not create, prepare. The Greek word hitoamazo suggests making ready, arranging specifically for someone. Customized, personal. Jesus claimed to be handling the preparations personally. For 2,000 years, the preparation continues. Imagine what the creator of galaxies has been arranging. What does a place prepared by God himself look like? What details has he included? The text says, I will come back and take you to be with me. Personal escort, divine transportation, from the one who conquered death. 10 descriptions, all documented, all specific, all pointing to a reality that operates under completely different laws than anything we've experienced. A place where death is extinct, where suffering cannot exist, where God's glory illuminates everything, where darkness has been permanently banished, where worship never exhausts, where righteousness is the only resident, where love functions at its absolute peak, and where God himself has spent 2 millennia preparing for your arrival. The ancient texts don't present heaven as metaphor or wishful thinking. They describe it as a destination. Real, prepared, waiting. The only question that remains is whether you'll be there to see it.